In this short sparring clip, you're going to see all kinds of ranges of combat in the stand-up game, ranging from outside the pocket to inside the pocket, clinch fighting, and of course the topic of this video, hand fighting. What is hand fighting? Many martial artists call it bridging or trapping. That's anytime the hands interact with one another. Chinese martial arts like Wing Chun, Bagua Zhang, and Xin Yi address the topic of hand fighting in an exhaustive way. But hand fighting is also addressed by the boxing speed bag. When seen by themselves, it's easy to dismiss hand fighting patterns as silly nonsense that would never work in a fight, but there's a reason why the late great Jack Dempsey taught the following speed bag pattern.
The speed bag. You ever seen this sort of thing before? That's probably not what you're used to seeing on a speed bag.
When most people hear speed bag, what they generally think of is something like this. A guy hitting the speed bag quickly in all kinds of rhythmic patterns as the bag bounces back and forth across the backboard. And while these fast movements represent important hand fighting patterns, trapping and framing is just as important.
You're probably thinking, I've never seen anybody do this in a boxing match. Well, you have and you haven't. But let's explain the whys and the wheres and the hows to it. He's got his guard up here, right? And sometimes in a boxing match, we tend to get really close, either like this, or a Philly shell, right? But, look at this, it's a cross guard trap. Here, let's turn around here. Have you ever noticed, on a speed bag, you're gonna hold your hands like this, with the elbows up, as you do these different patterns. What's up with that? Because you don't punch like that, because it's not punching. It is a frame. If his guard is up like this vertically, or get that guard up vertically, and I bring my guard horizontal, it's trapped the hands, right? I put some pressure on there. So I frame, I pull, I get that uppercut. So the same pattern on the speed bag. Push, hold, and strike. Now, let's get really close for this. Just focus on this lead hand. I'm not pulling with my fingers, I can't. I'm wearing boxing gloves. So I've got pressure here, with this little cuff of my hand against the cuff of his hand, and I pull with the cuff of my hand. Right, I'm making a frame. It's very similar to Bagua Zhang forms, this sort of thing, where you cross here, and you come across here, and you come down low. Anyway, I'm not a Bagua Zhang expert, but I trained with one once upon a time. But it's a very similar idea. If I make a frame here, he's not going to be able to hit me with his hand unless he removes this hand from this frame. Okay? And I'm going to move around him. Speed bag is a bit of a misnomer. Jack Dempsey called it a light punching bag because it's light, and we are not always doing speedy patterns like that. Okay? Specifically this one. I'm going to frame, pushing, and pulling. And I'm going to set up an uppercut. Push, pull, uppercut, push, pull, uppercut. Now, ideally, there wouldn't be a wall here because I would need to move around this thing. Push, pull, uppercut. So I want to make an angle. Okay. Again. Push, pull, pull, frame. Now, if you pay attention to the footwork for a minute, so I frame, I pull, I get that uppercut. So the same pattern on the speed bag. Push, hold, and strike. Again, get the guard up. When that guard comes up, frame, and we can switch sides on this frame. And we can break this frame by holding with the cuff. Okay, on the other side. Probably to this sort of thing, right? And not trapping and framing against the backboard. If you read Jack Dempsey's book, Championship Fighting, he describes this exact pattern. And there's a footwork pattern to go with it. I frame, I push, I pull, uppercut, right? And as I throw that uppercut, there is a switch step pivot. So again, I throw some punches, his guard comes up, I make the frame, I have this cross frame. This only lasts for a fraction of a second. Boom, boom. I pull, and I come through here, and I follow with that. Right, I could potentially do this on the other side. I just like to do it on this side because this is closer. Right? If he gets his hands up here, and I frame here, I could do the same thing on that side. So if you can get the footwork here. So as I throw that uppercut, after I frame here, I take a walking step pivot. His guard comes up. I frame, I push, I pull. I frame, I push, I pull. Frame, push, pull. So on the speed bag itself, when we push and we pull like this with the cuff of the hand, not the fingers, but the cuff of the hand, that bag helps us develop a certain sensitivity with the cuff. Right? He pushes, I pull. It's not a great deal of force. It's just enough to get a reaction. So one more time, get the guard up, boom, boom, frame, and I pivot back here. So it's walking step, pivot, walking step, pivot. Walking step, pivot, push, frame, pivot. Again, his guard comes up, frame whichever side I want here. Pull with the cuff. Let's just do that pulling with the cuff part. So this here, right? You see that?